I find her quaking between the movement, taking an unheard of break from dancing around the eggshells. I ask if they are duck egg blue or pale like battery hens, but she leaves the specifics up to me. She tries to tell me how they feel, without saying they pierce the skin on her feet, without saying she doesn't get a chance to bandage them up or let them heal. He's a good man, really. He doesn't mean to. It's not really him, you know, when he's like that. It's best not to get into it. Best not to think about it. There's good days and bad days. More bad than good. She sleeps in the bedroom. He attempts to sleep on the sofa beneath pictures of a clean-shaven stranger, smiling, posing next to her. It's been like this for 2 years. She tells me this through gritted teeth. Teeth that sieve out the hardest parts of her every day, hoping this leaves something acceptable. Her voice trails off into territory she doesn't feel comfortable in. The gaps are filled with everyone's reassuring looks, but she won't say it. She doesn't need to. Her eyes dart and flash just enough of the truth. She tiptoes through the shards of what seems like someone else's romance, with its distance and its faintness. She tries to tell me how it feels, without saying it pierces the skin on her feet, without saying she doesn't get a chance to bandage them up or let them heal. He's a good man, really. Coiled up, stretched out, coiled up, machine of a man, island of a man, the silence of a man. It isn't deafening to her at all. She can hear a pin drop where he hears bombs drop, on constant high alert. Padlocks on his pills, talking him down from the multi-story car park, protecting the kids. She has to remind herself that he is ill, that conflict did this, not her. Stretched out, cushion of a woman, impression of a woman, the resilience of a woman fighting a war that's long been over, fighting a war she never went to, fighting a war that she was never meant to, that she shouldn't have to. Navigating her house like there are landmines under the floorboards, new ones laid every day. So no matter how careful she is on a route, there is nothing to be gained from the experience. Each time is different. Each time is just as much risk. The man she married would never explode like this. She is not the woman that he did because of it. To her, he was a gentle giant of a man, goofy smile, quiet mostly, but fun. He had the laugh of a child, and so did she when she was with him. Used to make her feel like she could walk on thin air, like they could conquer anything, before this started to conquer him. She tells me how it works. How it all just slips away slowly, so you don't notice, and neither do they. Disappearing acts from birthday parties, one too many excuses, letting them down when they need it, saying no every time. It's not worth the hassle, is it? Never wearing your nice clothes, just the nerves in your smile, the guilt in your baggy sleeves. They see it when you wave, sheepishly. The offers flood your side of the court, pile up at your feet. They stop asking pretty quickly. They'd like to think it's because of him, but they can't be sure. So they approach you with caution to offer escape routes. You make it clear you are only interested in improvement plans and that everything is fine anyway. You feel terrible for the children. You miss his sister's engagement party. Your mum knows it's because of him. She comes round on a Thursday, takes you for a cup of tea in the supermarket cafe, tells you she's worried, asks if he's been hurting you. You shake your head. She shakes hers. You tell her some of what it's like, careful to make it sound palatable. You feel terrible for the children. She sees all the red flags in your white flag waving. Tells you she thinks you should leave him more than once. So you stop telling her how you feel. A few ultimatums leave you with monthly texts rather than weekly visits. She checks in from a distance, and you feel it. Lost friends, lost family, lost identity. She tells me if she is a flower, then all of this, all of him, is a rock shading her from the sun. That she is withered, rooted, that she cannot blossom, that she longs for rays on her leaves. I ask if she wants anything to come from this. She says I want these women to know that they are not alone, that if no one else does, I hear them. Between the bake sales for an animal charity on a Tuesday morning and the Pilates for mums in the afternoon, there is some space for coffee. Granulated stuff, freeze-dried, it's been in the cupboard for a while, the kind you carve out with a spoon whilst it resolutely keeps its shape, the kind you don't tell your husband about. It fills polystyrene cups, ones you can't trust will cope with the heat. It's easier to sip it in the silence between sharing than have to make the right faces at the right times. You feel guilty, knowing he wouldn't want you there, bad-mouthing him. But you need something for you, and talking at normal volume about your life in a village hall is sometimes all you have. Not in hushed tones on tiptoes, stretching for the circumstances so they make sense for other people. You don't need to tell them about their eggshells. They show you their scars willingly. You try not to compare and text only in the daytime. Meet at bakeries that serve cheap hot chocolate and charge you more for sitting in. But you drink in the lack of explanation that they need from you. You drink it in and feel stronger. The taste fades, stale on your breath. And you eat chewing gum all the way home. I leave her quaking between the movement, taking an unheard of break from dancing around the eggshells. I ask if they are duck egg blue or pale like battery hens. I ask if she thinks they will lead to something better, but she leaves the specifics up to me. Tries to tell me how they feel without saying they pierce the skin on her feet, without saying she doesn't get a chance to bandage them up or let them heal. He is coiled up. She is stretched out, limbs at breaking points, holding him together. The hurt feels more like home than he does. She just wants a cuddle. She just wants to feel real. But he's coiled up. She's so tired of stretching out. Coffee in musty village halls. That's all the fresh air she can hope for. One breath for a woman who has given her absolute everything. I try to find something useful to say, but she fills the silence before me. Let them know that they're not on their own. Let them know.